Hi everyone, welcome back to math. We're still talking about equivalent fractions. Do you remember the word equivalent? It has to do with equal, right? So equivalent fractions have the same amount of value but different number of pieces. We've studied this for a couple weeks now, and we're going to take a look at another exercise that we can practice that, and then you can do your IXL. So we're going to look at it as equivalent fractions on the number line. It's a lot like what you did yesterday. Friday. No, yesterday. Anyway, what day is it? Okay, here we go. So there are two number lines here, and this one is divided in half. 0, 1/2, 2/2. Remember, 2/2 is the same as 1 whole. And the other line is divided into sixths. 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and 6/6, which is also equal to 1 whole. So in the IXL, the question will be about equivalent fractions, and using these two number lines, can you find two fractions that would be equal? Now, how would we know if they were equal? They would fall in the same spot on the number line. One way that we could do this is simply to go along the number line, and is there anything here that matches? Anything here? See how we could go along like this? And when we get to this spot, you probably can see that these two fractions are equivalent or equal because they're in the same spot. So I could type 3/6 and 1/2. 3/6 and 1/2 are equal. There's another spot on this number line where they're equal. Can you see it? Follow along. Tell me when I get there. That's right, stop right here. Because these two fractions are also equal. So another correct answer would be 2/2 and 6/6 are equal or equivalent. So there are more than one correct answer in many of these problems on IXL. So that's how we would do the first one. You look along the line and find a place where they both exist, and that means that they have the same value or are equivalent or equal. Here's another example. So this line is divided into sixths, like the other page. 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and 1 whole. This line is divided into eighths. Can you see that? From 1/8 and 2/8 all the way to 7/8. So just like we did before, follow along the line and see if there's a fraction in the same spot. And even though these are really close to each other, they are not in the same spot, right? Not matching up until we get to here again. So in the middle, which is actually halfway, those are equal. That's because 3/6 is a half and 4/8 is a half. So they would be equal. 3/6 and 4/8 are equal. And again, do you see another place where they are the same? Right here. What would the fraction be? 6/6 and 8/8 both equal a whole. So 6/6 is the same as or equal to 8/8. That would be another choice. On the IXL practice, they'll want you to type in the 3 and the 4 so that it will say 3/6 and 4/8 are equal. Here's another example. It's not always equal to a half. The first two examples were. So here's a line that's divided into what? 1, 2, 3. 3 equal parts. So it's divided into thirds. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. And this line is divided into sixths. So let's follow along the line until we get to a place where they are equal. So this is not the halfway mark, is it? The other two times it was in the middle. But right now I think you can see that those are lined up. And so that they are equal, they are equivalent fractions because they are in the same spot on the line. So we would write 1/3 and 2/6 are equal. 1/3 and 2/6 are equal. There's more than one right answer though. Let's follow along the line and see. Here I go. When should I stop? Right here? You want me to stop here, right? Because those are also equal. They are on the same spot on the line. So we could write 2/3 and 4/6 are equal. So you could have typed 2/3 and 4/6 in here and still would be a correct answer, because both of those are equivalent sets of fractions. So you should have no trouble with this. You're getting really, really good at equivalent fractions. And so take your practice today on IXL. And I wanted to brag on Carissa, who's done 2,500 IXL problems, and Henry, who's done 3,000 IXL problems. They're both math geniuses. Congratulations. Okay, bye-bye for today.